we are going live, and we're going to have a little bit of a pregame show. We had this scheduled for 5:20 p.m. Eastern Time, but I bumped it to 5:30 p.m. because I wasn't sure I could start on time. So we're going to have a little bit of a pregame show. Hopefully we're going to have good audio, and we won't have to do a restart. So we'll see how this works. Going live, and we're going to have a little. And it is working, and we've got a bunch of folks in the chat. We got Stig in the house. He says good evening. Lance is in the house, and they're all saying hello to back and forth there. And we still have to wear masks here, but at least the weather's warming up. It's about 75 degrees where I live. Kyle's in the house. I hope you don't have to wear masks outside. That would be totally ridiculous. And Kyle says, hey, guys. And Lance is in the house, and he says, hey to Kyle. Stig's in the house. This mask thing is very odd. People gather in groups of more than 10. The police split them. Yeah, but if you're rioters, it's okay. There you go. That doesn't apply to rioters. Ken's in the house. Hi, all. You don't need to wear a mask if you're rioting. Oh, he beat me to it there. Triforce is in the house. He says, sup, everyone. And Jaden says, hey, hey, Triforce. Hey, Triforce. And Lance says, hi, Triforce. And Carlos says hello to all. And Ken's in the house. That is probably why people will not stop riding. There you go. Sent my blue stick dial HS41 off to the Rolex Service Center. Why? Do tell. What happened? Carlos says what happened. And let's see. Ken is in the house. Carlos went from dead on to 11 seconds per day slow. Yeah, slow is not good. The new movement might have some issues. New movement. What happened? Why is there a new movement? Oh, you're talking about the new movement that they're putting in all of those. I thought maybe you had your movement replaced. Okay, I get you now. Kevin's in the house. Morning, folks. KN checked in. Sorry, I hope. Okay. All right, so here's the thing. This is part 2. So if anybody is watching part 2 and didn't watch part 1, go ahead, and if you're watching live, we'll of course watch this one. But if you're watching after the fact, go back and watch part 1, because we did show the belts and go through all of those. We're not going to do that again here in part 2, but there are some things I wanted to talk about to add on to our discussion yesterday. And of course, we will talk about watches. We always do. Lance is in the house. Craig, where are the 005 for this live stream? It gets no wrist time. I might sometime put it on, but I've got it at a different angle there so we can see a little bit of the blue. We've got a little bit of reflection, of course, too, but I wanted it at that angle so we could see a little bit of blue on the dial. So there's at least that. But no, the 002, it's just so nice. It's so enchanting. I just can't take it off. Okay, now, by the way, I do want to say again, I really enjoy this titanium razor that I got from Timeless Razor. I mean, it is a joy to shave with. It really is, and it is a stunner. Let's get a close-up on this puppy. That is pretty stunning piece of kit, if you ask me. Pretty stunning piece of kit, if you ask me. This is the base, which is also titanium. And the machining on this is just out of this world. And of course, I've got the stainless steel one sitting right here. And it has the longer handle, which I actually do like, but I've gotten used to this shorter handle. The titanium one handles so well that you don't really need the longer handle, if you will. This is significantly heavier. Some people like the extra weight. They like the weight to do the work, but I have gotten so I like the lighter. I like the titanium. I have to say I really do. So here's the stainless steel stunner that might be up for sale. Might be up for sale to a subscriber only. Subscribers only. Okay. All right, let's get into this. First of all, on my Frederick.com website, I have a page that is dedicated to Made in USA items, and it is, if you go into the blog and just search USA, it will come up. But I've also linked to it from some of the photos that are on my Flickr, which we're going to go through. But here's some items in here, okay? And then I just added this yesterday. Special note for some great Amish-made alligator wallets and other leather goods. See yoderleather.com. We talked about them yesterday. They had some items on eBay that were reasonably priced. There are my Limer, of course, hiking boots. And there are my Townview leather moccasins. These things are fantastic. Absolutely
I just received a pair of beautiful
leather.
moccasins.
I won't play that, but then of course Gitman Brothers shirts, we've talked about them. And here's some really cool shoes and a really cool bag from Filson, duffel bag made in USA. So I'm just a big fan of items that are made in these United States. Yes, I am. Even that softball glove that is made out of kangaroo leather. I played a lot of softball with that glove over the years, and it just serves me really well. I catch the ball. That's what I do. I catch the ball. Okay, so let's get into it. There are actually two websites that I think these are both Amish organizations. I will double check on Bullhide Belts, but this is Bullhide Belts. And they also had some items, if you recall, listed on eBay. And here's an example. Here's a belt. Now, they say it's normally $700 and it's on sale for $429. I mean, you know, I'm not buying that. There's probably on sale all the time. You know what I mean? It's probably one of those deals. But if we look at this belt, let's take a look here. Oh, it's got a money belt in it. I see, says the blind man. Okay, so let's skip that one with the money belt. I think they have one without it. Let's go. There was one that was actually less money. $349? I think there was one even less than that. Maybe not. Okay, so let's check this one that's $349. Let's see. I don't think it's going to have the money thing. Okay, yeah, this is a standard one without the money thing. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, so I always carry a separate money belt inside my shirt, not in the belt, because they might figure out that it's in the belt and get it, right? Or they might want to steal your beautiful alligator belt and get your money too. That's not a good play. But anyway, this is a pretty good looking unit, pretty heavy duty, thickness 3/16 inch, pretty heavy duty unit. So let's size it out here. I would do a 36, because remember that's for about a 34, 33 inch waist. You want a 30. You always go up on the belt size, and so 1 1/4 is a great width. And let's say 1, and I guess that would be all the options, and that would be, I guess, $349.99. So nice brass buckle. I like that. I like a nice solid brass buckle. They also have chrome buckles that are chromed brass, that for people that are wearing a steel stunner and that want to match. But you can see here they've even got the information, you know, the actual alligator hide. I mean, this is the real deal. This is good to see. Good to see things like this made in these United States, high quality stuff. And they had some really good wallets also that we looked at yesterday. Let me catch up here. Howdy y'all, and Jeepoo. I tried ordering a wallet from the Amish, but they don't ship outside the United States. Oh, darn. Eduardo's in the house. Jeepoo, I looked at the Amish web. Looks very good. Hi, Eduardo. How's the Rolex date? And hello, okay, and a bunch of people saying hi back and forth. And Triforce Rich says, unfortunately, not everything made in the USA is quality. I judge everything individual. Oh my gosh, yes, you absolutely have to. But here's the thing, especially with clothing items and things like this made by the Amish. I mean, you've got better chances of getting quality. It's not guaranteed, and obviously you have to do your research, but here's the thing, because the costs of labor are generally higher in the United States, Usually, the manufacturer's not going to make junk here because it doesn't make sense. His costs are higher, so he's got to usually go upscale and got to usually have the high quality in order to justify the higher price, in order to justify paying the higher labor rates, right? And sometimes they can get better materials also, especially, the alligator hides. Most of them come from the U.S., a lot of them from Louisiana. So yeah, there are a lot of reasons why sometimes the stuff from the U.S. will be higher quality. Not all the time, though. But like, for example, these timeless razors, absolutely freaking amazing. Amazing. And this Brooks Brothers shirt that I have on right now, it was made in the USA back in the day when they did that. And it's got great fabric in it, very high quality. Plenty of fabric so I can move freely. And I'm wearing this today because the grinder yesterday said I never wear French cuffs, so I figured I'd just throw this shirt on and, do that for the grinder. So, okay, there you go. But Triforce Rich, that is a good point. You always got to verify quality. I don't care where the item comes from. You got to verify quality. And it's tough these days because a lot of people trying to pass off junk. They're trying to pass off some junk. We don't want the junk laying around the house. We don't want junk laying around the house. Don't want it. Don't need it. Don't have a use for it. And let's see, Carlos says hello to Try. And Eduardo, Lance, haven't been wearing it because my watchmaker suggested not to wear it until I service it. 29 years without servicing isn't necessarily a good thing. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. But anyway, Eduardo's in the house. Triforce in the house. Craig, what do you think about sheepskin? I had a nice sheepskin rug. They're really cool. They're very soft. And I had shearling coats. I had a bomber jacket that was shearling. So yeah, that can be useful. Stig's in the house. Made in Denmark no longer automatically is a stamp of quality. Okay. Scandinavian women are a mark of quality. There you go. And R. Wags is in the house. He says, hi, Chip and all. Just walked in the house. Unbelievably hot outside, about 94 degrees. It's coming your way. It is. Today was beautiful. Yesterday was beautiful, but the hot weather's coming this way. Okay, so let's go. Let's check something else out here while we're on this website. Let's go back to the wallet section. And exotic. Let's look at some exotic wallets here. Okay, 3 different bifold wallet sizes. Okay, they've got, right? All right, and Bison billfold wallet, $47. Okay. Ostrich would be a really nice move. Ostrich leather is very soft and pretty strong stuff, so it would be an interesting. Black hippopotamus. I didn't even know that was a thing. You could get that. Shark. I understand shark is pretty durable stuff too. And there's a Stingray wallet. Stingray. What do you think about that? A Stingray wallet on sale for $87. And there's, of course, a black alligator wallet. So let's check that one out. Let's check the alligator wallet out. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, these things used to be a lot more expensive. I'm telling you right now up front. These things used to be a lot more expensive. Let's go to Yoder. Let's go to Yoder Leather Company. And these are this is a pretty cool website in that you can browse by animal type, okay? So let's say I want to look at just gator and crocodile. If I click on that, see, I get everything that they have that's made of those hides, all right? And I really like this black alligator card case. I really like that. If I didn't already have one that was serving my needs very nicely, that would definitely be a possibility. Very simple thing. That'd be very compact, very nice to carry. So something to think about, folks. Something to think about. Some high-end leather goods made in these United States. Let's see. Carlos, turning up the heat for Indy 500 in August. By the way, are they going to run that race? Have they decided? Are they going to run the race? Let's see here. Craig, I got a 34% offer for a wallet on eBay for putting it on my watch list. In other words, 34% off, you're saying? Do tell. Give us some details, Jipu. Give us some details of what the wallet is and what the real deal is. Let us know. This is good information. Let's see. I like shark, ostrich, and elephant, says Carlos. Well, they got them all. Our wags, you in Florida? Yeah, by those temperatures, you would think. Carlos is in the house. Eduardo, it's interesting that alligator is more expensive when crocodiles are a bigger animal. I would think crocodile leather would be better quality since they live in saltwater. Well, the saltwater croc leather is desirable from what I understand, but it's hard to come by because they're, I guess, a protected species or whatever. So most of the crocodile leather that's out there is not saltwater croc. And a lot of it is, I guess, they're raised, in farms or whatever. But in any event, alligator is generally better quality leather to work with. And it's got several characteristics that make it superior for creating leather goods. So that's the main reason why American alligator is more valuable for leather goods than croc, is because it, generally speaking, has advantages over the croc, with a few exceptions of maybe the saltwater croc, maybe a few. There are lots of different kinds of crocodiles, right? There's a couple that might be as good, but you can Google it and there's a lot of write-ups on it. But generally speaking, alligator is the way to go for leather goods. Checkbook is super cool. Jaden in the house. Yeah, who uses checks anymore, though? Our Wags is in the house. He says, I'm in north central Indiana, 100 miles south of Chicago. It was 93 degrees in Chicago today. There you go. I like crocodile, too, because it's more nasty and meaner than alligators. There you go. And by the way, some alligators get pretty damn big. They get pretty big. So there's that. How do you ethically source elephant leather? Well, I mean, even an elephant has to die sometime, right? They die sometime. Why would you waste the leather? So there you go. And maybe they can raise them. Maybe they can farm raise them. Who knows? Triforce Riches in the house. I prefer dragon hide for my leather goods back from my days as a knight of the round. There you go. Sent a photo of a nice Brooks Brothers wallet. Okay, we'll take a look. Eduardo's in the house. Okay, and let's see. I would never buy elephant leather, says R. Wags. I had a buddy had some elephant skin boots, and they really held up well. That stuff held up well. So it can be pretty durable stuff. Cheetown, I only use checks for account and routing numbers. Eduardo's in the house. I agree with Craig on the checks. I don't even know how to write one. I only know how to cash one. Elephant leather is pretty sturdy, says Lance. Craig, I sent you a link for the wallet. Let me know if you think 34%. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's get on this. We got fish to fry here. Let's do a time check here. Make sure that we're okay on timing. And first of all, we're going to take a look at this Brooks Brothers wallet. This is intriguing. A Brooks Brothers wallet. And that looks like a good one. It looks like a good one. Looks like a nice looking piece. Did you just get that off a website, or is that for sale, or how did you find that, Lance? Do tell. Do tell. But yeah, that looks like that is probably a good one. Probably was a pretty expensive list price too when it was new. When it was originally for sale. Looks like it was a pretty good one. Brooks Brothers. Okay. All right. Now let's go back and check this other email. It's a nice color too, by the way. I like that color. That would go with my 002 very nicely. All right, let's pull this up. Yeah, we're talking about accessories, high-end stuff here. High-end stuff is what we're talking about. Okay. All right, here we go. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess they gave you that much off because it's pretty expensive to start with, it looks like to me, compared to those prices we were just seeing on Yoder's website. Let's see what this is like here. I guess you like the fact that it's basically a coin purse. Is that basically what this is? It's got a thing in the back. So yeah, it's a little more complicated than those other ones that, yeah, it's a little more complicated, so it would be more money. I wonder where this is made. Oh, USA, okay. And 35% off. I mean, that's not hateful, and it's coming from Connecticut. But that's not hateful. I might lowball them a little more. I might try to get a little more off. Made in USA by Bryant Park, genuine alligator, okay. I mean, here's the thing. If you want that style, you're kind of probably limited. There probably aren't that many made that way. I don't know. But I would certainly look around and see if there are any others. If not, maybe try to get 45% off. But yeah, that's not, I mean, it's not hateful. It's going to be an item that you can use for the rest of your life, probably. So yeah, there you go. It's good to buy once and keep forever. It's for sale on Brooks Brothers website, Lance. What was the price? You should have sent me the link so I could pull it up. Send me the link, Lance. I'll pull it up and we'll take a look. Eduardo, what about leather card holders? I have the Louis Vuitton EPI card holder wallet. Well, that's what we were just looking at, was card holder wallets. Let's go back. Let's go back here. This is what we were just looking at right here on yoderleather.com. That's what I prefer, is a card holder wallet, because it's nice and trim, nice and compact. All you need to do is have a place to put your driver's license, a couple of credit cards, maybe a business card or two, maybe a insurance card for your car, maybe a health insurance card. I mean, you don't need that many things, I don't think, to carry, right, with you. I think they'd all kind of fit in there. You can see the Indiana driver's license in there. I mean, it just depends on how much stuff you carry. I don't carry a whole bunch of stuff. So for me, the business card wallet is ideal. And I carry that in my back pocket with my Kent comb. I showed it to you yesterday. And it does the job. Then I've got the money clip in the front pocket with the cash. Always keep that separate. I do have a folded up $100 bill that I keep in the card wallet too. Well, I can show you what I have in mine. Let me go grab it. Okay. Okay. All right. So first of all, I've got on this one side, I've got my Pride and Joy. There, okay. Now, you don't have to buy one with the see-through thing because you don't really need that, right? But if you want, you put your significant other photo in there. But in this side, I have, in the side where this is, I've got 1, 2, 3 credit cards and the Pride and Joy, okay? So I'll put that back in here. All right, that's on this side. Okay, then on this side, this particular wallet has 2 compartments, which is kind of nice. So it's got a front compartment here, which I have a license, I have a social security card, I have an insurance card, I have a health prescription card, a health insurance card, and I have a some kind of an ID card, and then I have the folded up $100 bill, and then I have something else that's really important in here. Okay, so that's in the forward compartment here. Okay, all right, let's put that back in there. Fits perfectly. And then in the back compartment here, I've got another compartment in the back. I've just got a couple of business cards. Just a couple of business cards. They're kind of thick. Okay? So that's it. That's all in that very trim wallet that is kind of shaped to my back end a little bit. Custom shaped. And that's it. That's no big deal. I don't think you need a ton of stuff in there. Okay. I just sent the link. I like keeping $100 in mine as well. Haha. Craig, do you own any vintage ivory? No, I don't. I don't own any ivory. I don't think so. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here and see. Wallet link. We're going to pull this up. And this is this show today is in a special time frame, special time slot for those in the East. Okay, and here it is. It is normally $6.48, and it's on sale for $453.60. And I'm sure it's a very nice piece, but I don't think I would pay that for it. But this is a perfect example where if somebody got this as a gift, and then for whatever reason they didn't want to use it or whatever, and then it ended up on eBay, and you could snag it for like $100 or something, that would be the ideal snag. That would be the ideal snag. Of course, I don't want a wallet that's this bulky, that's got this much to it. Some people like that, like all that stuff, but it wouldn't be for me. But it's obviously a high-quality piece. It's obviously no joke. It looks like it's made in Italy. Is that what it says there? I think so. But in any event, yeah, 2 thumbs up. That would be a nice piece to get a hold of. That could be a lifetime wallet, I would think. That's probably high quality polyester stitching that will never rot and will hold up fine. There's no joke there. Nice piece. Okay. Let's see. Eduardo Carlos, I actually do have 200 mine as well, but I forgot the reason why. Jane's in the house. I was waiting for a picture of Bree. The lovely Bree. Okay, we'll give the lovely Brianna a plug. The lovely Brianna. BreeFitDance.com. BreeFitDance.com. Go there and see the rest of that photo. Go and see all the photos and see links to her social media and see a link if you want to become a Patreon to help out the lovely Brianna. BreeFitDance.com. BreeFitDance.com. There you go. The lovely Brianna. Let's see. Oh, so you wanted to see a picture of Bree in the wallet. Oh, okay, I got you. I'm a little slow. Kyle's in the house. We may need a second Riot Watches video, Craig. Yeah, I mean, things are getting a little bit dicey. Let us know. Are you going to have a curfew there again tonight? I think the whole area was under curfew last night, right? Looks like things got a little bit dicey. Eduardo's in the house. Kyle, do a video of how to protest in Miami and show us how to protest our way to a gold stunner. And you know those thugs. I don't know if it's a real video or whatever, but there's that video of them breaking into the Rolex store in, I guess it was in New York. I guess it was one of the boutiques in New York. I don't think it was the Rolex building, the main Rolex building. I think it was some boutique. But there's some video of them supposedly breaking in. I mean, do they really think that there's going to be watches like laying out for them to grab? I mean, do they really think that's how that's going to work? I seriously doubt there were any watches laying out for them to grab. Any watches, especially any steel stunners, would be in the safe, right? They'd even be in the safe during the day, for gosh sakes. They wouldn't even have them out during the day when they were open, much less when they're closed. So I don't think those guys I don't think those guys got any day dates that way. Carlos says, I was very surprised today when I learned that both Floyd and the policeman who killed him worked at the same time as security guards at a nightclub. Yep. I mean, yeah, I heard about that. And it's a pretty big place. A lot of people work there and so forth. They may or may not have known each other, but even if they did, I really don't think that matters as far as what happened. Unless they had some kind of a falling out, or the police officer was like hitting on his girlfriend or something, or, there was some kind of conflict between them, then of course that would be motive for the police officer intentionally killing him. That would be motive, right? So if there were something like that, but absent something like that, I don't see why that would have any influence on the trial that is to come. The trial that is to come, really odd. Okay, there you go. And I think I mentioned previously that it doesn't surprise me that police officers and criminals would know each other and would interact with each other on various levels. I mean, that's what police officers do, right? They're around areas where there's a lot of crime, and they're around a lot of criminals, and so that is a normal thing. I don't think that's odd in any way, shape, or form. So there's how that works. Carlos, I was looking at some watches, and I think the full gold root beer would look good on you. Well, think you can get them a bit over 30,000 these days? Well, no, if Carlos is going to get something like that, he should get the 002. He should get the 002 Stunner so that he could have like a heavy use dress watch. He's already got a dress watch that he has to kind of pamper, but now he needs a dress watch that can handle heavy use, even potentially in a riot situation. I think I said the other day when we did the riot show that this watch could actually be worn in a riot. Okay, the 002 Stunner. Take a look here. I mean, that would be pretty stunning in a riot situation. So yeah, I think he should think about that. Let's see. And Carlos says, yes, it's nice. Watch, no doubt, but does not call me. Okay, good. Yeah, because we got to keep you on the right track, Carlos. We got to get you in a real stunner next time. It's got to be something really, really awesome. I'm sure the root beer is plenty durable. Triforce Rich is laughing out loud. There you go. I hear you. Isn't the root beer rose gold, though? I think I would pass on that. Yeah, I think I would pass on that. I think it's rose gold. So, yeah, that would be a full pass. I would want yellow gold. Yellow gold on the wrist. Let's see. Lance's in the house. The root beer is not very pleasing to the eye. You'd be better off getting a full gold sub or GMT. Well, duh. You always want to go all gold. You never want to go steel and gold. That's not the way to go. Not the way to go, in my opinion. And as you guys all know, as everyone knows, I am right. I am right. And when I say you should support Brianna, briefitdance.com, I'm right on that one too. Okay, so let me look and see what other tabs I had here. Oh, speaking of Riot, here are the Riot images I had open the other day. And we talked about the watches that you would have to wear if you were in a riot situation. In a riot situation, we were talking about that. I'll leave that tab up. We may need that again. And actually, I made the point that you wouldn't want to wear this in the riot situation. I don't think you'd want to wear that one in the riot situation. That's a gorgeous piece, but I don't think you'd want to wear that in the riot situation with those particular cufflinks, because that might not work well. Let's see here. Carlos says, I would like the white gold Pepsi meteorite, though. No. Please, Carlos, no more white gold watches. Please. Step back from the keyboard. Intervention time here. You've got one. You're good. You're good with white gold for now. Dryforce Rich is in the house. It's rose gold, but Rolex blend gives it a unique color. I like their rose gold, but sucks on my skin. Yellow gold works better. Well, yellow gold works better for everybody. Trust me. Yellow gold is the way to go. You never want to go any rose gold. I don't care what tint it is, what shade it is, who made it, or whatever. I mean, why would you take beautiful yellow gold and screw it up and tint it some color? I mean, what the hell? I mean, the stuff's been around for thousands of years. People know what the hell it is. I mean, look at this watch. Look at the gold, okay? Why in the hell would you screw that up? It makes no sense whatsoever. It's just like putting these like low profile tires on these SUVs and like jacking them up and just screwing everything up because you can, I guess. I mean, it just looks ridiculous. It's just like getting a tattoo, down the side of your neck, or something, I mean, what in the hell are you thinking? It's just not a good move. It's like buying an Invicta watch, for gosh sakes. Why would you buy one of the super gaudy Invictas? Somebody posted one on one of the forums just a little while ago that was really, really over the top. Now, the 9937 is pretty decent, but that's probably the only one. Richard Milley is a Riot watch. There you go. Eduardo, in real life, white gold has a supple yellow undertone and grayer tone than steel. It doesn't show up in pics. Yeah, I would pass on that. Lance is in the house. Two-tone is okay. It adds a splash of luxury to a steel watch. You would still have to have a full 18-karat gold dress watch. No, I would pass on the two-tone. There's no reason to get that. Just go ahead and get all steel, and just save up and get the all gold. Yeah, don't go with two-tone. That's a no-fly zone. Step back. Pull back from the keyboard on the two-tone stuff. Carlos is in the house. Eduardo, in the flesh, white gold is quite different, but I agree that other people does not distinguish it. Yeah, better going with yellow gold. Eduardo's in the house. Invicta would be the perfect riot watch. Police should be throwing those into the crowds. Maybe then they'll know that it's a waste of time. Eduardo's in the house laughing and crying. And so Jaden says, yeah, I tried on a Smurf. It does have a subtle yellow compared to stainless steel. Okay, there you go. All right. I'm trying to think what else. Let me see if I can. I wonder if I can find that really ugly Invicta. I wonder if I can find it. Give me a second here. I'm trying to get Facebook up. That really ugly Invicta. Get a time check while we do this here. Wow, it looks like it's straight up 6 o'clock. Straight up 6 o'clock. Facebook is just not loading worth a darn. Not loading worth a darn. Okay, I'm going to exit these pages, see if I can get Facebook here. I would like to show you this, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it or not. By the way, Bitcoin pumped up over 10,000 and then promptly dumped today back down to around 9,400 or so. So, yeah, it's still very volatile. Still very volatile. Oh, I found it. I found the watch. Let this load in. I got to show you this puppy. This is insane. This is insane. Insane, I tell you. There you go. There's a riot watch for you. Wear that puppy in the riot. What do you think about that? Wear that puppy in the riot. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, okay, read that. The giant brass Invicta, Eduardo. By the way, Craig, why can't photos capture yellow gold? I literally point my camera on the date and the color is very different to what my eyes. I know. It's very hard to get the color balance right. You want to try to do it out in natural daylight. You might get better results out in natural daylight, but it's very difficult with artificial lighting to get the color right on yellow gold, and probably even rose gold or any kind of gold. It's just hard to get the shade right. I agree with you. I had a lot of problems photographing this one. It just looks stunning in person, but you try to photograph it and it just doesn't look the same. But really, the important thing is what it looks like in person, in my opinion. That's more important than what it looks like in photos. So there you go. Let's see. Only watch people know what white gold is. It would look like a normal steel watch to the average person. That's what makes it so special. White gold is stealth wealth. Yeah, I would pass on that. I would pass on that whole concept. There's really no need to do that. Better off just buying the steel watch. It'll hold up better. And just take that extra money and spend it on something. Buy a couple Bitcoin with the extra money. There's no real reason to do the stealth wealth thing. That's pretty ridiculous. Triforce Rich is in the house. Nothing wrong with stealth wealth. Rolex charges $3K more for white over yellow gold on their around 40K retail watches. Yeah, I would pass on all that. Let's see. Eduardo, Lance, wouldn't platinum be more stealth wealth? It would be, and it would be heavier, and it would be more durable. It's tougher stuff. But yeah, I would pass on that as well. Kevin says, did you guys get any reports on the Australian news crew that got caught in the riots? I do tell anybody, if anybody has information, at Eduardo Platinum would be. And Eduardo, Kevin, pretty sure a CNN crew got arrested live on TV. Yeah, that was a few days ago, I think. That's old news. Triforce Rich, by the way, fake gold watches are laughable now that I have had time with the watch. 18 karat yellow gold is so much more dynamic than a shiny fake yellow gold. Oh my gosh, it's the difference between ice cream and poop. It's not even a close call. They can't fake 18 karat yellow gold. Very, very difficult to fake that look without having actual 18 karat yellow gold. Yes, I assume they charge more for white gold and rose gold because they develop the alloys and they consider it as more intellectual property. Well, also it's got, yeah, like you say, white gold has platinum in it. Let's see. And it's interesting, palladium, you said. Okay. I thought they made it with platinum. Yeah, I think it's also a little bit harder to work with. I think it's got some other issues. But yeah, and it's probably more limited production. So anytime something's limited production, that's also going to up the price. Eduardo, Craig, any other information regarding Alligator watch straps? I've got the strap is on the way from HD Straps. It's supposed to be here on Monday. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it comes on Monday. And if it does, Monday's show, I will hopefully be able to show it. Now, I'm going to look. I don't know if I'm going to risk trying to put it on this watch. I'm not that good at real delicate maneuvers like that. So first step is I'm going to examine the heck out of it and kind of hold it next to it and just see if it's exactly the correct width and see if everything's really the way it should be. And if everything seems totally copacetic, I might attempt to put it on the watch. I might take a road trip to Little Treasury and have them do it. I haven't decided yet, but it's going to depend on once I examine the strap. If there's an issue with the strap, it ain't going on the watch, period. It ain't going to happen. But if I really like the strap, then I might try to put it on the watch and see how it does, to give it a road test, to see what's up. And if we really, really like it, then Steve is going to try to arrange to order some and have them in stock at Little Treasury, if we really like this custom strap. Let's see. Craig, what do you think about black PVD coated cases? I would pass on that. I would just go with titanium for a sport watch and 18 karat yellow gold for a dress watch. I think that's the best mix these days. I would skip on any other options. I think stainless steel, we can pass on that. I think we just go for titanium on the left there, the 231 for a sport watch. And then I think we just go for 18 karat yellow gold for the dress watch. And I think we're pretty well set at that point. Let's see here. See what else we got here. Rolex doesn't charge pricing based on current value precious metal. Platinum is their premium, and they stick to it. Well, the other reason I think that platinum is more expensive is platinum is harder to work with. It's harder to work with. So that's the main issue. It's not the cost of the raw materials. The same thing with any day date. It's not the cost of the raw materials you're paying for. The raw materials are a very small portion of the price of the watch. What you're paying for is them making the watch out of those materials. And of course, all the advertising costs and all their other associated costs of doing business that you're paying for. But the actual amount of gold that's in there, is only a few ounces, maybe 3 ounces in a 40 mil day date, maybe 3 ounces. So let's say it's $1,600 an ounce. You do the math. I mean, it's a small fraction of the cost of the watch. Let's see. And rhodium is even higher end than platinum. Yeah, platinum used to be more expensive than gold years ago, but now it's significantly less than gold. The actual, platinum coins, like 1 ounce platinum coins. I have one of those sitting over yonder. They're pretty cool. Triforce Rich, Rolex adds 7K worth of, and 7K worth of precious metal and 3 to 5 times the price of the steel model. Okay. Lance, I don't like PVD cases. Okay. Did you sell your titanium Victorinox Dive Master 500? You're asking me? Yes. Yes, I sold that a long time ago. Craig, what are your thoughts on leather strap end links? Like sometimes they have the end link that fits the case, and that's like steel, and then the leather straps onto that or something. I think I've seen that sort of thing. I don't think it's necessary. I think this setup right here is stunning. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. The way the lugs are and the way the strap meets the case. Very, very, very elegant. Kind of try to show that here. I mean, it flows very nice and just looks very natural. So yeah, I think that's the way to go. Just like this 002. They nailed it. Like I said, before I bought this, I wasn't a strap guy. But now I'm like 100% in, man. I freaking love it. It's super comfortable. This is my favorite watch to wear now. It's not even a close call. This is my favorite watch to wear of all time, of any watches I've ever worn, including Date 8s, GMT Masters, Red Sub, those two stunners. Every watch I've had over the years, this is the most comfortable and probably the most stunning of all of them. It's just not even a close call. Gold is easier to work with than steel, Triforce Rich. Not so sure about that. Not so sure about that. And Lance says that Triforce Rich gold is much softer than stainless steel. It is softer than stainless steel, but 18 karat gold holds up great. We've talked about that on the show. But yeah, I'm not so sure it's easier to work. I'm not so sure about all that. Eduardo's in the house, but for most Rolex Oyster cases, there's always a gap between the case and the strap. There's always a gap between the case and the strap. Oh, are you talking about if you put a... Yeah, yeah, and I hear what you're saying, but again, I think when you put that little end thing on there to kind of try to fill that gap, I think it looks kind of hokey. It looks like it was kind of added in there. I've seen Date 8s on straps before, and they look okay. They look okay. I would, of course, rather just keep the President bracelet on the Date 8 and go that way. But, yeah. Let's see. But for most Rolex Oyster case, okay, I already read that. And then the lovely Brianna just popped in to say hello. And Bree, I did show your website earlier. Somebody asked about you. And I showed your website earlier, briefitdance.com, briefitdance.com. I'll go ahead and show it again, though. What the heck, since you're in here. I'll go ahead and show it again. The lovely Brianna, briefitdance.com, briefitdance.com. Go ahead and don't be so cheap, folks. Don't be so cheap. Go over to her website, click through to her Patreon, and at least sign up as a $5 Patreon. You won't miss $5 every month. Come on, you spill that much in coffee. You spill that much in coffee, probably. Okay, Lance, Craig, would you ever buy an aftermarket 18 karat gold, 18 karat yellow gold bracelet for the 002? Probably not. This is so comfortable, and I really like this clasp. Everything looks so good. So no, I don't see any need for that. Now, if Fopay made a really cool one for it, and it was really like stunning and worked great, and I might put that on and see what it's like. Because those Fopay bracelets are really cool. So if they made something up like custom for the 002, I could be their guinea pig. I suggested that to Steve, but I don't think that I don't know that that's going anywhere. Oh boy. And Joey Ben says gold is $17.26 an ounce, not $1,600. Okay, so it's gone up. There you go. And it'll go up and down. That's the way it does. And Briefit Dance says thank you. And she's low on Patreons. Uh-oh. Well, there you go. There you go. It's tough times right now. Tough times. Even the dancers are having tough times right now. And Triforce Rich says it's a fact that gold is way easier to work with. It's why so many companies outsource their case making to specialist factories. It depends on what you mean by easier to work with. I mean, gold, you've got to be much more careful about waste, right? There's certain things you have to worry about that you don't have to worry about with the steel. I'm not so sure about all that. I'm not so sure about all of that. Let's see. Lance is in the house. Craig, have you ever had any experience with strap code bracelets? No, I haven't, but I've heard some good things about some of them. Eduardo's in the house. Craig, I've been training for the past month, and just yesterday my girlfriend bought me a Fitbit. It says my resting heart rate is 54. What do you think, Eduardo? That's pretty good, Eduardo. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. That's a good thing. I think that's good. Don't want it to get too low. But yeah, that's good. Joey's in the house. Strap code is good on affordable watches. There you go. Yeah, I heard some of the strap code bracelets are better on like those Seikos, the inexpensive Seikos, that they're like an upgrade to like an inexpensive Seiko diver's watch or something. You buy one of those and it's kind of like an upgrade. So yeah, that might be the way to go there. And Lance says, at Joey, I bought a strap code Oyster for my Winger dive watch. There you go. Do tell, did you like it? I think we're going to wrap pretty soon. We're going to go a little longer. Put any questions in the chat. But this is part 2, continuation of our discussion of high-end leather goods. And make sure that you go ahead and watch part 1. If you watched part 2 right now, and make sure that you go back and watch part 1 if you skip that one, because there's some interesting information in there. Triforce Rich, Craig, what do you think about the Captain Willard Seiko reissue that is coming out for about $1,000? Haven't seen it, but hopefully, by the way, I talked to Steve. Hopefully he's going to have his technology issues sorted and start doing some shows so he can show all that kind of stuff, because he might be carrying that watch. We got to get him back on TV so that he can show some things off. So, there you go. And by the way, Lady Brianna, you might get more Patreons if you come in and do a demonstration, if you Skype in more often. It's been a while since you've Skyped into the show. So you might want to think about that. That might be a way to get a few more Patreons. And make sure when you do videos, ask the people. Do a little intro in the beginning and ask people to become a Patreon. People don't do things like that usually unless you ask them. Eduardo's in the house. Craig, do you have any watch pouches or travel cases? Been looking for a Rolex service pouch to put my Rolex in when I work out. Uh-oh, you're taking your Rolex off when you're working out? That's a good way to lose a watch. I don't know where you're going to put that pouch. Be careful. You take your watch off, put it in a pouch, put it somewhere safe. It may sprout legs and walk off, so be very careful, Eduardo. I do not take my watch off when I'm working out. My watch stays on my wrist. It's not a problem. I've had no problems with working out with a watch on. I don't bang my watch around. I don't do stupid things, but I can certainly curl some dumbbells. I can certainly do some presses. I can do all of those things with a watch on my wrist. So there you go. Now, when I travel, I think I showed one of my bags that I use when I travel, and I've got it's made out of shearling, and it's a pouch, and it came with a Jaguar many years ago, and it has Jaguar like embroidered on it, and it's shearling, so it's like real soft inside. And a lot of times, if I might take a watch, and if I'm taking an extra watch, I'm traveling, like if I was taking this, I would just wrap this up in a decent sized microfiber cloth, something like this, decent sized cloth, just wrap it around a couple times, and then put it in that pouch, that shearling lined pouch, and that would protect it very nicely if I was doing something like that. So yeah, I don't think you have to have a dedicated watch pouch. Oh boy. Let's see what else I got going on here. The factory bracelet that it came with was horrible. It had rolled links and a stamp clasp. Yeah, but stamp clasps aren't necessarily a bad thing, so there you go on that. But the rolled links, yeah, that's getting pretty bad. The strap code Oyster is so much better. I like that it has screw-in links. Yeah, well, again, pens and collars are much better than screws. But anyway, that's another thing that a lot of these experts try to say that screws are a better solution than pins and collars, when pins and collars are actually the best solution. Now, press pins are terrible. Press pins are terrible. They're worse than everything. But pins and collars are very good. They don't back out on you. They don't cause a lot of unnecessary wear on the center links like screws do. So a lot of advantages there. Joey's in the house. Rolex AD in New York in Soho store. 2.4 million damaged by looters. There you go. And did they get any watches? I'm assuming all the watches were locked up in the safe. So I'm assuming they didn't get any watches. Let us know in the chat if you know otherwise. Triforce Rich is in the house. Seiko sucks at engineering bracelets. Plain and simple, it's their biggest flaw. There you go. My bracelets on my Grand Seikos are fantastic, both of them. Both of those bracelets are great. So yeah, they got it right with Grand Seiko. Let's see here, what else we got going on here. I own the strap code Oyster for the SKX, and I don't like it at all that much. Too heavy, and it doesn't taper enough. Cheetown in the house. Triforce Rich, also, if a micro brand can provide aligned bezels, so can Seiko. They need to get their act together. There you go. Yeah, you got to go with Grand Seiko, I think, is the way you got to do there. All right, I guess we're going to wrap this up pretty soon. I think we're ending. We're coming to the end of our rope, and I'm getting a little bit hungry. I did start later than normal. I don't see Tom in here. One of the reasons I started this later was for Tom. But he isn't here, so there's that. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and do please subscribe. Do please subscribe. And Jipu says, I have the strap code Jubilee on my Citizen Diver. I like the Jubilees. That's the way to go, I think. And Eduardo says, see you tomorrow. Well, there you go. Thank you, everybody. Click subscribe and click the bell. Make sure you click the bell.